Hi fellow foodies, it's Joanne from Joanne's Food Bites. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I wanted to do a video today because I went to my grocery store last week and I was absolutely shocked. I would not have believed it had I not been there. I've seen the pictures on Facebook and stories on Twitter on how the shelves were empty of toilet paper and such, but I could not believe there were no canned foods, no baking goods, no meats, no produce. The shelves were completely barren. The only foods left on the shelves were potato chips, soft drinks, and cereal. That's it. Fortunately, I didn't really need to buy anything, and that's because I keep a well-organized, stocked pantry. It is so easy for me to do this because I have an app on my phone called Out of Milk. It lets me create shopping lists for different types of stores, drugstore, Walmart, grocery store, and that's where I keep track of what I'm low on. So my first tip for you on an organized pantry would be use an app. Use some kind of shopping app that helps you keep track of what's in your pantry, because your main objective is to keep an organized, thought out pantry. So with that in mind, let's go check out mine, how I organize mine. Okay, so let's go ahead and check it out where the magic happens. I have very distinct shelves. When we designed this pantry, I had specific height measurements that I wanted to meet and designing it. I thought about it for a long time, and you could even consider this probably my dream pantry, except for it maybe to be just a little bit bigger, but that wouldn't be necessary. All right, so where I want to start is the very bottom here. My husband, I do not drink soft drinks. A few of the Diet Cokes, yeah, they're mine when I want to have a mixed cocktail or whatnot. But my husband likes his soft drinks. And I have to commend him. He's down to one a day. However, if you see this, you can see I have a very, very well stocked soft drink list. So that would bring me to another tip. If you see something on sale, I suggest buying it. Monitor your local grocery store's circulars. And these canned drinks, I found most of these to when you buy 2, get 3 free, or I think there's 4 for $11. I never pay full price for the soft drinks. I always wait until they're on sale, which typically for, at least I can speak for Ingles and Kroger's, they put their soft drinks on sale around holidays. 4th of July, Labor Day, Memorial Day. They're going to put the soft drinks on sale the week before that holiday. That's an ideal time to buy them. Stock up on them. Don't pay full price for soft drinks. Okay, also down here with the soft drinks, I keep some bottled water. I also have all our juices in case we have cocktails or kids over. I usually keep grapefruit, orange juice, cranberry juice, that type of thing. I have some lemonades, and as I said, my Diet Cokes. My husband loves his Crown and 7-Up, so I usually keep plenty of 7-Up. And again, I don't pay full price for these. I wait until they're $1 or less in the supermarket each. And then we have some Gatorade and just miscellaneous stuff. Now, if you notice underneath these, I have kind of drip pans. That's on purpose. Canned drinks can sometimes get, their cans can be compromised if they're older. And that has happened to me before, where they'll just slowly drip leak. So I strongly suggest, if you're going to put these in your pantry, you put something underneath them. I have discovered it doesn't matter whether you stack them on their end like this one, or if you lay them flat. It doesn't matter. it's time that they get compromised. So I would strongly suggest putting something under them. Let's move over here to the other side of the pantry. Here we have all our rubs and seasonings that we use at home. This is non-competition stuff. Here we have our barbecue competition seasonings and things. In the middle is my spice cart. I have another YouTube video that talks about the spice cart and why I do it this way. I know a lot of people put their spices along the shelves, or, God forbid, in a pantry right next to the oven. You don't want to put your spices there. You cut their shelf life down dramatically. I put them in these, so it's a dark spot in the pantry, away from the window, and this just really works for me. I also keep kind of the bagged seasonings and stuff here as well. Sauces, yes, I do use these. When you're cooking for two, it always helps to have that kind of stuff around. So check out my video on my spice cart that's on my YouTube channel. And here we have my husband's brand new deli slicer that I had to make room for. On to other things. Next we have the breakfast shelf. Obviously I keep grits, oatmeal, instant breakfast, anything that we would have here for the first meal of the day. Yes, I buy my oatmeal in bulk from Sam's Club. That's because I eat it every single day. If you've seen my blog, then you know I eat that. That's a great source of fiber. Very few calories. Good breakfast. My husband's breakfast bars. Then we have our syrups for breakfast. This is the breakfast area. Okay, so above the breakfast area, we have canned foods, particularly beans. And I keep all kind of beans. And yes, I buy them when they're on sale. So you can see I stack them behind each other. I keep enough for three preparations of our chili on hand all the time. And because you never know when you might just need a quick weekend meal. And as well as other types of beans and our chili. Now above that, I keep quick meals like for his lunches, and all our soups are above this. And then yet above that, more canned foods, canned meats, our fruits, and I always keep pumpkin. I bought that Thanksgiving because it was on sale, and now I have it in bulk whenever I want to make pumpkin bread, pumpkin pie. You never know when you might need it. So I keep all the canned foods there. So that's going to lead me to another tip. So one of my most treasured tips is I have organized my pantry by my local grocery store. So you know, in a grocery store, all your canned meats and fruits are typically on the same aisle. So that's where I have put them here. All these soups are together. And in my local grocery store, even all the beans are on the same aisle together with the soups. So I've kind of grouped it here according to the way it is in my grocery store. And that is for the ease of shopping and as well as making a list. So that would be that wall in the pantry. Now let's go down to what I see when I first come into the pantry. And going from left to right, we're going to start over here where we have barbecue sauces and marinades, and then followed by any kind of sauce. We have fish sauce, hoisin sauce, chili sauce, cocktail sauce. These are all what I would consider as a foodie staples for cooking, because you never know when you're gonna need something like that or some kind of flavoring. We have teriyaki, Worcestershire, A1, and soy sauce, I have some liquid smoke back there. I have hot sauce, wasabi. Then I keep next is my vinegars. I have all types of vinegars. We have maple vinegar. Of course, white distilled vinegar is a staple in every kitchen, as well as white balsamic vinegar. I have two different kinds here. Apple cider vinegar, very important when you're cooking, so you want to make sure you keep that on hand. Pomegranate vinegar, apple vinegar, mango, rice wine vinegar, and I also keep some cooking flavorings. I have my Marsala, my sherry, vermouth, and some port. If you're making any kind of sauce, those are excellent substitutions for like chicken stock or beef stock. And next we have little snacks, my granola snacks, strawberries, dried peaches, stuff like that. Keep bread right here so I can see it when I first come into the pantry. And then of course we have all our tomato products. These are sold together in the grocery store, so I shelve them together in the grocery store. I have all my pasta sauces as well as all my tomato-based products. And directly above it is pasta. So I have my sauces here, or my tomatoes, whatever I'm going to make my sauce out of, right below the pasta. And since pasta is merchandised with other packaged and boxed foods, then I have mine here as well. I have macaroni and cheese. My husband loves macaroni and cheese, so does my granddaughter, so I have to keep it in stock. Ramen noodles. This can be great in Asian dishes. And then I have all my rices, as well as other packaged foods for fish batter. I have wing batters. I have all kind of the boxed potato products. These were bought all on sale. I got these, I think it was buy 5 and they were each $1. So that's why I'm stocked up on that. I normally wouldn't have that many. And then all my breadcrumbs for seasoning. Here we have all my olive oils. And as you can see, I keep a variety of olive oils. I love olive oil. These are flavored differently. Colavita, one of my favorite brands. And here's a tip. This is my husband's tool for when we oil our grill grate. We use half of a paper towel, so we keep the other half for future use. Then we're starting to move into the baking stuff. You can see how this stuff is kind of linked. All our vinegars, easy to see. And then move up to the oils. Here I have all my salts, cornstarch, shortening if you need that. And here is starting in the baking goods here. Baking soda, cream of tartar. You always need cream of tartar. Baking soda, cocoa. What else do we have here? Maple sugar. Then we have our sprays and vegetable oil, canola oil, safflower oil. I would typically have these next to the olive oils, but my shelving doesn't allow this to turn, and I wanted these on a Lazy Susan. Lazy Susans work great in a pantry. You can see I have 3 of them here. Right above this, we have our cake mixes in the corner where I'm not going to use these products very much. I have marshmallows and my melting chocolates for baking. Those are strictly chocolates for baking. And as I said, I keep things in the corner that I'm not going to use that much. I don't use these oils that much, but they are easily accessible. Moving on to cake mixes. These were on sale for $1, so of course I had to get some just to have them in case I ever have to go to family get-together or whatnot. I'm usually asked to bring the dessert, so I've got them. Then I have evaporated milk. You should always have evaporated milk on hand, just in case you run out of regular milk. I also have sweetened condensed milk back there. I have icings, brownie mixes, and here we're going to start getting into even heavier baked goods. Have something to make for pretzels, cinnamon filling, dried milk, Bisquick. You should always have Bisquick on hand. And here I have my collection of Lock and Locks. This is how I store all my flour and sugar, those type of baking needs. I strongly recommend Lock and Lock. You will never have a bug problem with these, and they are so easily accessible. They have little doors on the front if you just need a little bit, or you can take the whole lid off. I typically keep measuring cups inside mine, so for ease of use, basically. But as you can see, I have some vanilla flour, light brown sugar, King Arthur whole grain. I have King Arthur's regular bread flour, self-rising flour, sugar, all-purpose flour, self-rising cornmeal, yellow cornmeal, cake flour, confectioner's sugar, and I think this is almond flour. So I have flour for just about any occasion. So right above, we're starting to get above my head. So these are going to be things that I use less of and that I need access to it more infrequently. So this is my overstock of coffee. I love coffee. I drink coffee every day. And this is where I keep what I don't need to get to immediately, because I'll show you the coffee station in just a little bit. That is where I go for every day. I have a little basket for hot chocolate. Then we start moving into breads. This is for my bread machine. I always keep bran muffins on hand. I love bran muffins. Here we have all our jellies and preserves. Obviously, once these are opened, you want to store them in the refrigerator. I have peanut butter. Here I have all the dips that I could make, from ranch to cheese balls to any kind of dip imaginable. I'll probably have that. And then I have shelved all of my Hispanic foods here together because they're merchandised all together at the grocery store. I have all our shells, ready-made meals, refried beans, the chilies, more cheese dip, his taco sauce, and coconut milk. Coconut milk's something that you want to keep on hand, especially if you do a lot of baking, that it could come in handy. So now we are way above my head, things that I'm going to get to rarely, or snacks. I make it difficult to get to them, makes me not want them as easily. But we have our saltines for our soups, because our soups are right here. So if I'm packing soup for my husband's lunch, I can get his saltines or crackers right next to it. Vanilla wafers, they're merchandised with the crackers, so they're right next to them in my pantry. Here's all his lunch snacks, and Girl Scout cookies. He's a snacker. This is chocolates other than baking. So these would be like bite-sized chocolates and such. Then we have nuts. He makes granola mix that he keeps out on the island. And these are the items that he uses to make his granola mix here. Popcorn. And then there's all my teas. We pretty much have stopped drinking sweet tea. So I have a ton of it left, but I'm sure I will get that used up. Then on the top shelf is basically overstock. I did cut some barbecue pans here for when we have test cooks. All my overstock of foils. All my Ziploc bags overstock. We also have our beef and chicken vegetable stocks. I think that you should always keep those in the pantry, all three, at any time. All of my condiments overstocked are up here as well as dishes that I don't typically use, like my bread machine and some an extra coffee pot. And these items, I just rarely use. That is a cupcake tray and an appetizer multi-level tray. And that is our meat grinder. So that is my pantry. I keep it organized. I use the app to help me keep track of what I need to buy. And I try to buy when it's on sale. Now, I promised you that I would show you my coffee station, which we're going to come right outside the pantry. And, of course, there's the coffee pots. I have my frother here. This container back here is for freshly ground coffee. I keep that in here. And there is the coffee that I will get daily. I also keep some, I think that's the Starbucks coffee. And then I also have espresso back there for like my cappuccinos or whatnot. Of course, I take my Metamucil every day just for good fiber, and it helps keep your cholesterol down, which I have done another video about that here on the YouTube channel. And then in this drawer, I keep all the unusual coffees. This coffee I had at a Holiday Inn one time. I loved it. I ordered some. I have my cappuccino mixes, unusual coffees back here, as well as decaf in the Keurigs, and Doug's cappuccinos. And I keep those right there, right underneath the coffee station. Okay, so that is a tour of my pantry. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you give me the thumbs up. And I think I might do a video on how I organize my deep freezer. If you're interested in that, leave me a comment. And I sure would appreciate it if you subscribed to my YouTube channel. I don't upload too often, but I think I try to make these videos to where they give you some ideas, inspiration with just a few tips. So just let me know what you think.